What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. Alright, so I shouldn't have to make this video, but looking around at the responses and what people have been saying lately, apparently I do. So, Nintendo Switch has finally gotten Dark Souls remastered a few months after the other versions. And some of the changes to the lighting and some visual changes that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version got, the Switch version didn't get. A lot of those changes people like Batman Arkham Collection dislike because it changes looks like the original intent and the original art style of the game. And a lot of people are preferring the look of the Switch version. Now, since the Switch version doesn't have some of those changes, people are trying to now say that the Nintendo Switch version of Dark Souls is not really remastered. But that is false. And here's why. Just because the Switch version doesn't have those changes does not mean it is not a remastered port. It is a remastered port because the Switch version still has the characteristics of 95% of all the other remasters that have come out this generation, and nobody has a problem with that. You can't say that the Switch version isn't remastered because they only bumped up the resolution and only bumped up the frame rate. That's retarded because that is what 95 of the freaking remasters that's come out this generation have been, and been only. It's actually very rare for these games that are called remasters to actually have a lot of changes like this. And Virtuous Studios is usually one of the only companies that actually does that. They made these changes with Batman Arkham City Collection. People didn't like them. They made these changes with Assassin's Creed Collection. People didn't like them. Most of these remasters are a simple resolution bump and frame rate bump. You can't say this is just a straight 360 port if the game is running at 3 times the resolution and as much as 3 times the freaking frame rate. It is a remaster. Was it changed as drastically as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions? No, but it is still a remaster. By that logic, I guess God of War remastered is not a real remaster because all they did was bump up the resolution, bump up the frame rate. If actually, did they even bump up the frame rate? Maybe a little bit. Last of Us remastered, bumped up the resolution to 1080p, bumped up the frame rate. They did the same exact thing that's happening with the Switch version. Those are remasters, but the Switch version isn't? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. They're all remasters. They're different, but the Switch version of Dark Souls is still a freaking remaster. The resolution was bumped 3 times, and the frame rate, depending on which part of the game you're playing, is as high as 3 times the 360 version. It is a remaster. Have that seat.